Hey there, it's Brittany Chavers and I'm back today with Dress It Up buttons to make a necklace using these fun Rapunzel buttons. We are going to make a pendant using 2 of the buttons in this kit, and then you'll have 2 left over to make either another necklace or a bracelet or maybe a different project. I am going to take the tower and our Rapunzel, and I'm going to cut the shanks off of the back of each piece. And then with the Rapunzel, I'm going to take her apart and then glue her back together. That shank is holding her together, so once I cut it off, I need to glue her back together so that she doesn't fall apart in the future. I'm going to use E6000. I just put a little bit over where the shank was. And glue her right back into her lots and lots of hair. And then we're going to turn this into a pendant by taking a jump ring and dropping a dot of glue right at the top of her head. And then we'll take that jump ring and the part where it's split, I'm going to put into the glue. And then I'll take a head pin or a wire or an eye pin, whatever you have on hand, and spread that glue right over the top of that split. Next, I am going to take my glue again. I'm going to put it right here on my tower. Next, I am going to drop that tower right on the back of our pendant, and you can see I moved my jump ring, so we want to make sure that the tower isn't overlapping where the jump ring lays, and then we can kind of finagle that back into the right place. There we go. And then that's what our pendant's going to look like. I am going to set this aside upside down so it can dry for at least an hour. Through the magic of television, I already have a completed piece. So here is our dry pendant. I would say before working with it, I would wait at least an hour to move it, and then up to 24 before wearing your piece of jewelry. I am going to incorporate some beads from the Lili Color Trends mix from Jessie James Beads. And then I have 6 fairy dust flower buttons from Dress It Up in pinks and purples. A couple cage beads from Jessie James Beads and some chain reaction. I also have some 22 gauge wire from Bead. And we're going to make a really fun necklace. So I'm going to take apart my chain reaction. Now, chain reaction, these pieces right here are memory wire, so you either want to slip it off of that jump ring or cut it with memory wire cutters. Do not use your nice sharp flush cutters like this on that jump ring. So now I have quite a bit of chain, and I am going to remove all of the crystals. I'm just going to do that by cutting my my jump rings, because I don't need those jump rings where the crystals are. And then I'll have a bunch of different lengths of chain, and then I'll just save those crystals for a future project. Okay, now I have some really nice little chain connectors, or just even if you wanted to, you could splice those up by themselves and make different connectors out of them. And some beads. I'm going to put my pendant right here. And then I'm just going to kind of layer in all of the different buttons. So we'll just do them separated by our pink beads. And yes, I know I put two different purples here. I'm going to put the lighter purple at the back on this side and the darker purple at the back on that side. And then I am going to splice in some of this chain. So I need to see how many pieces I have. So I have 7. And I'll just cut this one into 2 pieces. So now I have 8. I have 2 tiny jump rings here, and I am going to attach those pieces of chain, those smaller pieces of chain, to my pendant. Hopefully, yes, that does fit. Okay, I cut a length of my 22 gauge wire, and I'm going to wire wrap one end but before I close it, I'm going to slip it onto my chain. Click that in place, and then I will finish closing that loop. And we'll snip that off. I am going to wire wrap a loop on the other side of this bead after sliding it on. And I am going to close this one. We could wire wrap onto that, but it'll be easier for me to use a jump ring. And there we go. So we've got our first bead. Next, I am going to grab a jump ring. I'm using several different sizes of jump ring in this one. You want to make sure you grab an assortment for this necklace. Slip my bead on, and then I usually find a place where there are, see how this one is already joined, you don't need to join it anymore. I'm going to find a place like this where it isn't joined, and I'm going to go that way. And then I will go right across from where that is and attach my next length of chain with the jump ring. Next, I'm going to grab a larger jump ring, swing it open, and find a loop on my flower that I'd like to link to. And then close that up. And as you can see, we're starting to develop a necklace. And I almost like every 2 links instead of every 4. So I'm going to go ahead and snip apart some of these links and do every 2. And then I'm going to do that same pattern up the other side of the necklace, making sure I'm wire wrapping on my pink beads, and I'll show you the finished product. All right, we are just about finished. The really great thing about this necklace is it is super lightweight. Because the buttons are so lightweight and there are very few beads, it's just really nice and easy to wear, perfect for the summer, perfect for a little kid, perfect for anybody really. What I'm going to do next is attach my clasp. I have this really fun sparkly clasp from Jessie James Beads. It is magnetic. Just need 2 little jump rings. And actually the clasp is a little heavier than probably the rest of the beads on the necklace, but I'm loving it. The sparkle from the flowers and the cute little Rapunzel running away from her tower. I just think is the perfect little Disney necklace. Thank you so much to Dress It Up for having me back, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Have a good day. Bye-bye.